Hello, people out there in YouTube land, or should I say Google land, since that's all it fucking is anymore. I mean, oh, god damn. This is your boy Ed Boon Sucks, and I know I haven't made a video in a while because, well, here lately in the past week, I've been under the weather, and but yeah, about a week before that, before I got sick, I was in the middle of uploading another video, and I was close to wrapping it up until Google here decided to make another wonderful change that makes life harder for everyone. And that is your comment section. You gotta have a Google Plus account in order to comment, and you have to jump through a bunch of hoops just to say whatever the hell you want. What the hell? It's ridiculous. Stick with what works. This is like another Ed Boon move, It's like, hey, the comment section works perfectly fine. Well, hey, let's change that. Hey, the wheels work on a car. Well, let's change that. We got to get rid of that, It's another Ed Boon move. Why? What the hell? I mean, why is it everything about my life I ever liked is taken away? I liked Mortal Kombat. Now that's taken away from me. Blood Rain. That game was taken away from me due to a shitty German director on a movie director. And everything I ever liked was taken away from me. Bloody Roar. I used to like those games a lot, and that's gone. Legacy of Kain, that's gone. And Jesus Christ, what the fuck? Anything. And now I like YouTube. That's gone. This fucker shows up and takes a big steamy shit on it. It's just fucking ridiculous. It's goddamn absurd. Google Plus, this, Google G1 that, blah, 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 this, that, the other, and something else, too. God damn. It used to be back when YouTube used to be a nice little hobby. And if you knew a trick or a skill or an art form or something, you record it yourself for about 5 or 10 minutes and upload it and share it with the world. It was a nice little hobby. It was perfectly fine, and it really helped. I mean, it made the world better, I thought. Then they take a nice little hobby and a corporate business suits just infect it with their tentacles, and they just fuck everything up with it and turn it to a soul dead corporate cocksucking conglomerate business. Fuck. To the point where your hobbies are now your jobs and you no longer enjoy it. It's fuck. YouTube used to be, it's mostly like, YouTube used to be like, it's based on communication. Google is morally based on assimilation. That's what it is. That's what it is. And not so much like the Borg, because, at least, they put all these cybernetic implants and they tap into your mind and stuff and merge it into the collective, yeah. But at least you still have a body form. And you're like a somewhat humanoid, you're a part of the hive somewhat. But at least you still have a way of escaping from it, like a way of getting out of it. You know, in case of, you know, like Jean-Luc Picard did, you know. He managed to get out of it and back into his own body and stuff. But Google is not so much like the Borg, it's more like the Blob. Yeah. Pretty much. I mean, it just like infects everything that it touches, and it just envelops you as a whole, and you don't even have a form of any kind anymore. It just absorbs. That's what Google is. Google is the fucking blob. That's its way of assimilation. So, you know, and it's fucking horrible. But yeah, I mean, it just envelops everything. It doesn't fucking care about anyone or anything, just itself, you know. And you know, it's just a pile of fucking goo, you know. I mean, that's all it is. It's just fucking horrible what they do. They stepped way out of their bounds on this kind of shit. And I mean, it's just, that's what Google is. I mean, you know, it just envelops the fucking world if it could, you know. It's just, it's fucking death. You know, it's fucking, you know, it just infects your fucking DNA all the way down to your fucking DNA. That, it's just like the Blob. It infects it all the way down to your very strand of your DNA. And, you know, and you're no longer who you are anymore. You know, it's just, it's fucking death. So, I mean, just stay the fuck away from it. You know, it's just, I'd stay away from it. You know, anything from Google Plus to anything that's name is on. So, yeah, I mean, it's just like, I can imagine, can you imagine if Google owned General Motors, you know, GM, and about like 6 months later, it says, well, we're going to do a new update on it now, and we noticed that the wheels work on here, so we're going to change that, you know. Yeah, this is a much better layout, and you have to have a Google Plus account in order to start the vehicle, but before you do that, you have to do an Indian dance around the vehicle, clap your hands 6 times, climb up on the hood of your truck, and beat your chest and scream into the sky saying, "I love Google Plus!" Then you have to go and go on Twitter and Facebook and every day and talk about how good Google Plus is. Yeah, that's what you have to do. Then you may start the engine and carry on your day. Or can you imagine if Google owned AT&T, and you're just like on landlines, and Google Plus just makes you get a phone call from your landline, and Google says, yeah, in order for you to make a phone call now, you will have to have a Google Plus account, and some of your phone numbers that you normally dial, like friends or family, well, you may not be able to dial them up anymore due to spam. You know, yeah, I mean, that's exactly it. You know, it's fucking ludicrous, right? Well, what the fuck do you call this? I mean, what the fuck do you call what it's doing now? You know? You know, that should increase the revenue rates of Google. Yeah, that should suck it, Twitter and Facebook. You know, we're all about freedom over here, you know. And that's another thing I like to add. I just love Google Ads on here. I just love how fucking hypocritical and biased that these cocksuckers really get. You know, how they all support freedom and justice and, you know, land of the free and home of the brave, when you see them do the complete polar opposite of that. You know, I mean, you see how they treat all their users here on YouTube, you know. Land of the free, yeah. What the hell would you call slavery then? I mean, what would you call unfree if this is freedom? I mean, really, seriously, what would you call it? Because, yeah, I mean, what would you call it? How they, I mean, it's biased. Sorry, but there's no way to sugarcoat this. You know, Google just does whatever the hell it wants, and you know, it sends its little bitch Google Plus that apparently has authority over everyone. It just goes around, does whatever the hell it wants, and you know, and expects no repercussions from it. You know, it's like, pfft, what are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? I was like, well, I've got a little secret here that could turn this around, you know. Are you guys ready for it? Are you ready? Now, because, you know, this ain't gonna be, this is no stick figure, okay, that's gonna help you out. It's not gonna, build an army. I mean, seriously, folks, that's not gonna work. That stick figure Bob creature or whatever, it's not working. You have to, you have to have a Google Plus account in order to do those little dumb little things. It's not helping you any, okay? You need a Google. You do realize that, right, guys? You have to have a Google Plus account in order to say how shitty it is. You are aware of that, right? You know, it's like trying to extinguish fire with gasoline. It's not helping you. Every time you post something up on Google Plus, every time you post something up on YouTube and talk about how bad Google Plus is, you're helping Google Plus. Okay? So that ain't gonna do it. But my tip here is, if you guys are ready for it, here it is. Are you ready? Yeah. Yeah, I think this would help. I think this would be a real eye-opener. And it really give them a good wake-up call. You know? Something like that. You know, I'd be like, hey, terrorists. Yeah, hey, guy. Yeah, you, the one in the trench coat that's hiding that jacket of C4 underneath it. Yeah, hey, come on over here. Yeah, hey, you wouldn't mind standing next to this building here for a few seconds, would you? Yeah, and just go ahead and lean up against this window here and wait for a bunch of guys in business suits to show up, okay? And, yeah, just do that, okay? I think that might actually turn this thing around, you know? So, but, you know, but you go around here and, you know, you think, I think something like, it would be a real eye-opener. I guarantee you Bob wouldn't be able to do something like this. So, but, you know, you even look on the users on here, or partners, I mean, they've even backed themselves up into a corner, and they can't get themselves out of. You know, I mean, it's gotten so bad, they've even trapped themselves. I mean, just today, what I did is I unsubscribed to 5 partners here on YouTube, you know, and because 3 years ago, they were the complete polar opposite. They were. I mean, they were saying they were against, a lot of them were against corporates. They were against capitalism, and, you know, I mean, they were against all that. But now you look at them now saying, oh, Google Plus isn't so bad, you know, and you look at them now and it's like, what the hell is this? So just today I just unsubscribed to 5 partners, you know, and they're using up their lifelines. You know, they got themselves trapped, and Google, it doesn't care if you fight for it or against it. It's going to envelop you all. All of you. You know? You know, and before you know it, I mean, all these YouTube partners and stuff, I mean, the ones that you that you thought they were in the moral code and they stand in a moral principle and stuff like that, you'll soon, it won't be long before you start to see them say, oh, Google Plus isn't so bad, you know, I mean, look at me, I'm doing just fine, you know, it's, you know, I mean, look at me, I never felt better, you know, so, yeah, sign up to Google Plus. It's the greatest thing on the earth. In fact, you know, I can't even exist anymore without Google Plus. I always ask myself, how did I get by without it? You know, now I feel better than ever. I even look better than ever. So sign up to Google Plus. You will never look or feel better. You know, so that's, you know, I mean, that's, you know, how I feel about it, you know, and, you know, I've seen, there's, I've got like a whole lists of, people complaining about how awful and terrible Google Plus really is, and plus also there's this one guy, I'll put all the links in the description box below, and you gotta sit through all of them and stuff, but there's this one in here called The Real Weekly News, and he's not even a partner on here, and he hasn't made a video in the last 3 years, and this was around the time of Viacom and all that stuff, so, but a lot of YouTube users or partners just ganged up on him and gang raped him, and so he left his videos up, so but he just stopped going to YouTube, you know, so he's got a blog, and I'll put that in the link description box, and then feel free to watch his videos, but the guy's got solid, valid points on a variety of issues. He saw this coming 3 years ago. You know, and he just got the hell out of here. You know, I haven't heard or seen from this guy since, you know, since back in 2009. You know, so, you know, so be sure to subscribe to him if you want. Who knows, he might come back. I don't know, but, you know, that's you got to hear a lot of his arguments. It's pretty good. But as for you YouTube users YouTube partners on here that still think, oh, Google ain't so bad, you know, I mean, it's not perfect and all, but, you know, there's, you know, they have links in there and that are completely virus proof, and are completely clean. So yeah, I mean, trust Google with your life. I mean, I don't know what everyone's making all this big fuss about Google Plus. I don't see anything wrong. Google can do no wrong. You know, if you guys still think that, I just got one thing to say to you. But I'm going to let this other guy finish it for me.